And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your sensei, Al Bob. That's me. Yeah.
You want me to talk that up?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
So here I am, Santa's little helper. And you know, Christmas should be every day of the year, not just one. Jesus is always on the job. So here I am at the I don't know about that. What's interesting about food these days, it's getting weirder and weirder. More and more synthetic. Soon it's going to be soy green. So, what's going on in your life? How you doing? Let's check out the weather. There it is. Oops. Ooh, Celestia Weston.
Completely flipped upside down. On March 21st, 2025, humanity will experience a cosmic shift that will change everything. This is not just another day, it is a defining moment in time, one where two entirely different paths will unfold before us, and every single person on Earth will be faced with a choice that could reshape their reality forever. The Earth is on the brink of a great divide, a monumental moment that will decide whether we rise to a higher state of consciousness or remain trapped in cycles of fear, limitation, and outdated patterns. What does this mean for you? What is truly happening behind the scenes? Stay with me, because what you are about to learn could transform the way you see the world and yourself forever. The Pleiadians and the Mayan calendar, a gateway to transformation. For centuries, ancient civilizations have warned us about cosmic cycles, times when everything resets, when humanity must face a monumental choice, and when the evolution of consciousness takes a massive leap. The Mayan calendar, long misunderstood as predicting the end of the world in 2012, actually pointed to the beginning of a profound transformation, a shift that would reach its peak in 2012-2025. This is the moment that the Mayans predicted, and now the Pleiadians, an advanced extraterrestrial race that has guided humanity through these cosmic transitions, are confirming it. The Mayans were timekeepers of extraordinary skill. They understood the stars, the energetic flows of the universe, and how these cycles influence the evolution of human consciousness. They saw March 21st, 2025 as a pivotal crossroads, a moment when Earth could either ascend to a higher dimension of existence or stay locked in the restrictive, outdated systems that have held humanity back for eons. Now, as we approach this moment, the Pleiadians confirm that we are on the verge of entering the final stage of this cosmic cycle. The signs are undeniable. Rapid technological advancements.
If you're 65 or older, you might be missing out on new Medicare benefits.
A new benefits package has just been released. Global awakening and a dramatic shift in collective consciousness. This isn't about fear or doom. This is about realizing the incredible opportunity that lies ahead. The Mayan calendar didn't predict the destruction of the world. It predicted a rebirth. It foretold a time when humanity would have the chance to reconnect with its divine potential and ascend to a higher state of being. But this transition requires awareness, courage, and the willingness to embrace the change. Will humanity rise to meet this cosmic shift, stepping into higher frequencies of love, unity, and spiritual awareness? Or will we fall back into old, destructive cycles of fear, materialism, and division? That is the monumental choice we now face. The Great Divide, a fork in the road. As we approach this monumental shift, Earth is experiencing what can only be described as the Great Divide. Two distinct paths are unfolding before us, and the choice is clear. One path leads to a higher vibrational existence, where humanity awakens to unity, spiritual awareness, and divine connection with the universe. The other path remains rooted in fear, control, and materialism, holding humanity trapped in outdated paradigms that keep us stuck in cycles of negativity and
So what do you think? Here we are. It's obvious something's going to happen relatively soon. I can't give you an exact date, but I would say before the April Fool's Day would probably be a really good day for something very strange to happen. Let's see. Get rid of that guy. And, let's get closer. So, you got any questions you want to ask? I think the hat is because the spirit of love, co-creation of Jesus Christ should be with us at all times. And Christmas is not some time to give a present. You know, it's nice to. You can be giving presents all year long. Christmas should be in your heart all year long. So I could go on about all the things that are going on, but there's no need to. It's not like any different from, you know, there are these points, these null points, and they happen every 100 to 300 years. And that's why the hidden hand loves to do things on certain dates. 9/11 was a real number for the occult. And you know, the occult and esoteric. Esoteric means hidden knowledge. Occult means like protected or special hidden knowledge. There she is. Thank you, Lord, for this food that I am eating right now. Thank you for everything. You know, some people really like me and others kind of rub them the wrong way. Hey, Jane. So I'm wearing this to remind everyone and myself to just slow down, you know, let go of all those things. Oh my God, really not worth it. So I think there are these natal points where things happen, and every 100 years something happens. Like back in 1947, what had happened was the Civil War vibrated all the way up to 1947. And we had won the war because we had these two oceans on either side of us. Right? There are all these resources, and we had a developed industrial base and a scientific base, right? University. And when most of the scientists, like Einstein, and all the guys who were in part of the Manhattan Project were Jewish, they all came to America, like in the 30s. But all of that was the reverberation of the Civil War. And, basically, Lincoln, he failed at everything he ever did except being president. He did a really good job at that. And they shot him for it because he realized that there had to be a breaking away of this pattern that Mr. Palladian was talking. And yes, my check, bag, and a bottle. And coffee to go. In the Gettysburg Address, he basically said, listen, guys, we have a real opportunity. We just had this war. That really meant, do we want to keep doing this? Keep having this kind of war? Or do we want to do something new? Why don't we, instead of having government for the rich, the oligarchy, why don't we have it by, for, and with people? Right, that's a scary thing for the powers that be. Hey, can I have a coffee, buddy? Mm-hmm. So anyway, he gets shot and Johnson becomes president. Johnson was a very weak president, so he was susceptible to the hidden hand. But Reconstruction was on the way, and so were reparations. And reparations, biblically, which means to make amends, make up for the things that you did that weren't so nice. And Johnson So there were black people who became elected officials. And they did really well. And the white people got very upset. But, man, these guys are better than us. We better watch out. So Ku Klux Klan. But all of that was the South had lost the war. We still had the bluecoats in their states, right? So they didn't go straight at it. But there were a lot of, racism wasn't just a Southern thing. It's an American thing. It's bred into us. What you have to do is go watch the movie Gangs of New York. That is a seminal film. Really describes America very well. Oh, no. I'm just waiting.
Somebody took care of your truck.
Oh,
I'm not sure who it was, but they went.
a nice person.
Very sweet. Is there anything else I can get for you?
A little warm up, and that's about it.
Perfect. I'll be right back.
Now, I really can't go into many restaurants without that happening, without someone buying me. And I don't even know who it is. It's like a millionaire. Remember that TV show in the 50s? Anyway. So we were doing this on the Civil War to the point that Woodrow Wilson was. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all three of you there. Welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your sensei, Al Bob, Santa's little helper. You know, people know me as Al Bob, the guy who lifts plates. But in actuality, I am Santa's younger brother, who takes care of the naughty and nice list. Right? We got a little nip. Let me warm. So when what's his name? Let's see the timeline. Oh, that's going to. What were the terms of Woodrow Wilson as president and who came after him? I served as the 28th president of the United States, March 4th, 1913 through March 4th, 1921. That's interesting. Now we're past March 4th, so that's, you know, so a lot of things happened when he was president. One is that Titanic was sunk. And when I say sunk, it wasn't an accident because all of these folks who were the old wealth of the Gilded Age, you know, the Biltmore, the Astors, those guys lost, and they didn't want J.P. Morgan to run the world because he was a young upstart. He was like the Elon Musk of banking. Elon Musk wants to be J.P. Morgan. That's who's going to precipitate the crash of the World Wide Web, and his little Starlink up there will be the only thing. All the cell towers won't work, nothing will work. But he will, and he will give everyone their very own super duper Musk phone, right? And I would call it a husk phone. It's just an empty vessel. That's all Neon Husk is, an empty vessel. Poster boy. He's done nothing except read the script. In that movie, Captain America, the second one, when Hap wakes up in the hour time, and he realizes everything, and Shield is there, and and Redhead, he became he was always Hydra. So, but Hydra has now gone around the world, the transnational hidden hand of what's going on, and everyone in Congress is shaking the secret handshake, and going, hell, Hydra, right? So that's where we are now, because you look at the Democrats, they do nothing. They are not the opposition. They're going along. That thing when Donnie had that speech, that whole thing was totally scripted, meaning he had all those people up in the peanut gallery, right? The kid who had cancer or has cancer wants to be a cop, and the Democrats sat on their hands and just, and Donnie said, nothing I can say or do to make these guys smile. Meaning, what they should have done, every time he mentioned one of those people up in the peanut gallery, they should have cheered for them and gone, USA, USA, that's what we are. USA, USA, people, people, people power. If they had done that, we'd be in a different time zone, right? But we're not. They went along with the script. They wore the black shirts and he's not a king. You didn't have a mandate. You don't see that all of this stuff is scripted. It has no sense of reality. And you're lost, because you're just going to do the same thing. And like whenever that special day is that Mr. Palladian was talking about, you'll miss it completely. You'll think it's just the same old thing, right? That's why I'm wearing this hat, to basically manifest the fact that it isn't the same old thing, right? That every day and every way you can take the piece of the earth and make it stronger, by living in the moment consciously. Conscious intent, I am. Let's say that together. That's your new mantra. Conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. Oh. You say that 4 or 5 times a day, maybe 10 or 20. I say it about 100 times a day. And that is the shortcut for me saying, Jesus, help me out here. I don't have a clue, what to do. So here, I'm handing the wheel over to you. Okay? So, conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. Oh. Anyway, so that's what you need to do right now, starting today, starting this second. When come all together, all three of you, conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. By doing that, you'll be connected. You will have, a covenant. In the Old Testament, God's always talking about the Israelis and the covenant. And he talks about Israel as if they were bitchy as a skank girlfriend who steals his cigarettes and takes his money out of his wallet, And he also had to realize when he's talking about Israel, he's talking about the human race. Right? The rest of the goblins up there, they don't even matter. Right? Of course, they matter. The Christian, anybody who has a religion, like, we know what it is. No, sorry, guys, not really. God is God. God is for everybody, no matter what religion you are, right? Conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. Right? So anyway, from 1870 to 1914, or whatever that was, basically, to let's see your video. Yeah. Yeah. Keep seeing people keep watching. That's good. So anyway, in that period, 1870 to 1910, let's say, America was really, you had guys like Edgar Casey and a whole bunch of spiritualists. It was like talking to God, seeing spirit, realizing, the quantum, right? And physics was changing. Albert Einstein and guys of his crew changed the worldview. It was no longer Newtonian physics. Even Newton knew that his Newtonian physics was, because it was so macro, it's not micro. Quantum goes even further than micro. It goes into the quantum level, which is stuff we can't even see, right? We'll understand. We can barely start to have instrumentality to realize that it's there. Like black, dark matter. They're just kind of like, oh, I guess something's going on here. Anyway, so Woodrow Wilson gets in, and the first movie to come out, Birth of a Nation, he plays in the White House and brings all the political scallywags in there and says, this is who we are, right? Ku Klux Klan, right? And all those big statues of all the Southern heroes that we got rid of in the last few years, and that Donnie's probably going to put back because he just took down Black Lives Matter Park. And but Donnie is the old. Donnie and his whole crew is the old, and they're so desperate. They're basically going to force us into nuclear war around the planet, right? Nuclear war in Europe, nuclear war in the Mideast, and havoc already in Africa. There will be, by this time next year, possibly, if I was a betting man, I'd put 60% on that. We will be 2 billion people less than we are today. And that kind of ramification will go throughout. I mean, you won't be having the same life you have today. You won't be watching me on this thing. You better go watch these shows. Go better download them on a good medium like a compact disc or something. So it's up to you to change, right? So if you change, you should go read Whitley Strieber's book, 2012, because it really, Whitley's pretty cool. His books are righteous. My 2 favorite of his are 2012 and Clay. Go read those 2 books, Whitley Strieber, and also The Coming Megastorm that he and Art Bell wrote. That they made into a movie, or go on YouTube and watch the movie The Day After Tomorrow. So that's where we are every day. It's like in Shakespeare, Hamlet goes, when his buddy's like jumping around in the throne room and everyone's dead, there's blood everywhere. his mother, his uncle, everybody, and his buddy. Well, we won. Oh, so Hamlet, why are you so dejected? You're less morose. You're more morose than you are usually. What's wrong? He goes, it is the issue of tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And so that's kind of where we're at, right? You can get stuck on the tomorrow and the tomorrow and tomorrow, and it just gets worse. Right? And that's because if you're in the tomorrow, it is a dynamic where you basically worry all the time. And worry is just a habit. It's not. So the crap that's going on in the world around us, right, is a habit. It's nothing organic. It's not natural. It's not like, oh, it needs to be here. No, it's a habit. It's like picking your nose. You don't have to do it. You might have to blow it on your hand every now and then shake somebody's hand. No, don't do that. And tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, right? So Woodrow Wilson becomes president, right? And basically, between 1890 and 1900, that 10 years, the powers that be, hidden hand, Hail Hydra, whatever you want to call it, the character actors who were popping up, Henry Ford and good old Mr. Edison and J.P. Morgan, those three guys, right? J.P. Morgan, we figured he caused a number of crashes, right? And economic crashes. And he had the big bank, he had more money than anybody, and he bailed everyone out. And after the third big one, he said, we need a more structured thing. So why don't we start a thing called the Federal Reserve, made up of all the biggest banking, we'll break it up into sections, and each will be a president of that section, and we will set, the value of money, and we will navigate and so they had a number of breaks that really shook a lot of people out, especially out there in the hinterlands. And so they do that, but like I said, the Gilded Age kids said, "No, we're king here. We're the people came and made this world. We built this world on rock and roll." Not really. They built it on fascist oligarchy, right? But they were, they realized that they had, it was country was a big country. They didn't have the money or people to go conquer it from the Indians. So they let all the yahoos came up the boat, and they drove them mad for about 10 years. See, the first slaves were like the Pilgrims. Everybody white who came off that boat were indentured servants. Only the rich people that the king gave land to had any power, and they stayed in England and France. They didn't come here. They sent their accolades here. If I do a really good job, I'll get all of Virginia. So that is what America is based on. Before we even had the Revolutionary War, and our founding fathers were all white, landed, rich gentry, right? Period. Everybody else. So that's our history. That's where we came from. We're constantly taking advantage. I mean, Donald Trump is not something new. It's basically when to make America great again. That's what he said. We have to go back to slavery, and we have to go back to stealing land. Oh, I want Canada's going to be the 51st state. We're taking Greenland and Panama Canal back, and whatever else he thinks. Because oligarchs, the only way they can work is to expand. Fascism is based on expansion, exploitation, taking resources. Adorable Santa Elmo. Yeah. Again, remember, this is a metaphor for what is our mantra? Come on. Conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am. Oh. Come on, Jane, let's hear you say it. Conscious intent, I am. Conscious intent, I am, right? That means everything you do, you do with intent. That's why I have intent about this hat. It's a physical thing you see. Well, you know me, I'm always cute. That's why I don't have really problems finding girlfriends, you know? They kind of fall out of the sky. When it's the right time, bingo, there they are. And then I'm with them, and they really love it and can't believe there was a guy like me. I've never been like, I have a new girlfriend, and she came to visit the Deep Green, and she's a triple Virgo. Everything has to be just right. And she's a military person, too. I keep stumbling into these military ladies. And I guess it's because my mom, you know, she ran everything. And my dad was a bird colonel in the Air Force, and all the generals scared of my mom. You know, whenever they had a problem, they went to my mom. So I guess that's why I attract those kind of women. Anyway, and my mom was a really shapely woman and beautiful to the day she died. She died at 93, and she was gorgeous in that casket. I was the only one there. My father had to watch a football game. My sisters were trolling through my mom's belongings looking for the jewelry that my mom gave away or had my father throw away because my dad's a triple Virgo. She would take that diamond ring, roll it up in tissue paper, put it on the table. My dad would just throw it in the garbage bin. And then one of the ladies who was taking care of her took the garbage out and tripped and it fell on the floor. And she picked it up. She came with this Kleenex with diamond in it, and my dad wasn't there. And she came to me, and I said, "Oh," I said. So she and I went into to my mom, who was sitting at the table playing solitaire. She played that and making rosary beads. That's what she did for the last 10 years of her life. Basically, she, so he said, "Miss D, what's up? We found this diamond ring in the toilet paper in the garbage." And my mother said, "Oh, I'm just getting rid of my stuff." She goes, "Yeah, but this is like, pretty expensive." And so my mom said, "Oh, well, listen, honey, from now on, you tell the other girls when they see a rolled up piece of toilet paper before Mr. D throws it away, have them pick it up. And that's like Easter eggs. You guys, it's all yours." And so she had about $250,000 worth of jewelry that my sisters wanted. My sisters used to call, "Is she dead yet? Is she dead yet?" My brother would go, "Is she dead yet?" It's like, why don't you come visit, see what's going on? Anyway, so that's the dynamic. You have a choice. You be like my mother and give $250,000 worth of jewelry away to the women who took care of her for the last 10 years. Yeah, they got a salary, but my dad was cheaper than. I remember when we interviewed these ladies, because the police came and were going to charge me with parental abuse, and then the cop, kind of picked up, "So your dad's a dickhead." I said, "Yes." And he's doing like, "Yes." And you're just trying to be the dutiful son to ameliorate and make everyone survive till they die in a nice way. "Yes." He goes, "No problem, got this." So he says, "Listen, you got to have, it's been, your wife ended up in a hospital, and then she was going to die, and then she didn't. So, she came back, and now she's at home, and she's supposed to have this palliative care, and that means she's supposed to be somebody here, and you fired the ladies who were taking care of her from the institute, and because they were worthless." And yes, minders, team, hackling kids, strange over the will. Yep, cannibalistic. Yep. So, and my brothers and sisters don't talk to each other. They all kind of talk to me. My sisters talk to me. My brother used to, but I can basically talk to people about what's important to them when they don't even want to talk about that. My brother, so he's like, he doesn't have a family because he took the family business. But my father, threw my brother under the bus. My father's, got my brother to be his partner for 40 years. And then when my father was like stepping back from the business, he said to my brother, "Listen, I'm going to sell the business and you're fired." And my brother said, "What? I'm your partner." He goes, "Read the contract. You're not, you're an employee. Yeah, I paid you really well. For 40 years, you lived a life that you could never afford. You had speedboats, race boats, big houses, 4 different wives, you know. You got whatever was coming to you." My brother was, and so it was like the War of the Roses. And my father made my brother buy the business that my brother built at least 40% of for $2 million, which, so he did. I mean, the first 6 years were a little tough on him. And he wanted to move out of New York, and so he went to North Carolina. Anyway, so he's down there, and he's a big fish in a small pond. And he's a cardboard cutout of my dad. Without any of my dad had a lot of good points, and I steered my father towards his good points, right? Because all my brothers and sisters worked in the family business. I didn't. I did my own thing. And after my father, basically, because my brother fired everybody else, just like my dad fired him, he fired everybody else. That's like it's the American dream. It truly is bizarre. So, and America reflects all of these families in different social structures, just like these social structures and families reflect America. That's why we do the terrible, kill all the Indians, start wars, Iraq, good example. Shock and awe. We killed 6 million Iraqis for what? A little bit of their oil. But Raytheon and Lockheed and Boeing and all those guys made billions of dollars. Just like they have with arming Israel and Ukraine. Neither wars should ever have happened. And the outcome, as Mr. Palladium was saying, sometime in this month we have a real choice whether we're going to go towards love and peace in a new era that the Mayan calendar talks about. It wasn't the end of time, it was the end of that era. We're in a new era. We're in the age of Aquarius. Remember that song? Go listen. Anyway, 43 minutes and 32 seconds. Let's see. Let's make a few phone calls.
How are you guys doing? Good. I believe you started Did you want to give me a look over the menu while I got the drinks? Absolutely. If you have any questions, let me know.
There we go. So, guys, talk amongst yourselves. What are you going to do for Conscious Intent IM? Conscious Intent IM. Hey, that's loud. So, are you going to be at the shop? Are you going to be at the shop today? I'm in Boone. I'm heading your way.
Yeah, I'll be there. I got my little brother in there working, so I'll be training a little bit today. But
Okay, no problem.
yeah, I just work everything in.
Yeah. So, are you there now, or will you be there? So, 12 to 5. Okay, I'll see you after 12.
All right, see ya.
Yep. So, I can put us on this while I go to the bathroom. Keep us stuck in cycles of negative separation. Come on.
Separation. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a real energetic split that is happening on a global scale. Imagine two versions of Earth coexisting side by side. On one Earth, those who align with higher consciousness will experience a reality filled with expanded awareness, heightened intuition, and deep, unshakable connection to the universe. They will live in a world of peace, unity, and spiritual growth. Meanwhile, on the other Earth, those who resist the shift, who cling to fear, negativity, and outdated beliefs, will find themselves in a chaotic, dense, and disconnected reality. The world around them will feel increasingly unstable and fragmented, and their own lives will be filled with confusion, fear, and struggle. This is why some people are awakening at a rapid pace, while others seem more lost and confused than ever. The choice is deeply personal, yet it has profound implications for the collective. Every thought, every emotion, and every action you take sends out a frequency that aligns you with one of these two paths. The Pleiadians remind us that this is not a process of punishment.
This is not a scam. The Health Food Allowance card is available for those on Medicare. This card can be worth a lot per year that can be used at your favorite supermarket for grocery shopping. If you don't apply in time, you will have to wait another 12 months to get it. Requesting, it is very simple. Just click on the video, answer 3 simple questions, and the card will arrive at your home in a few days. It does not interfere with your existing benefits, and you will never have to pay it back. Just tap the button below and follow the instructions.
Shocking. Former Medicare advisor exposes $170 monthly give back secret. I worked at Medicare for 12 years, and what I discovered about the 2025 Give Back program left me speechless. Right now, seniors nationwide are getting up to $170 added to their Social Security checks every month. That's over $2,000 per year that they can use for meds, bills, and gifts for their grandkids. But here's what keeps me up at night. 81% of eligible seniors will miss this year's deadline and lose over $2,000. I refuse to let that happen to you. I've already helped 30,000 seniors across the country enroll, and many broke down crying when they saw the extra money hit their account each month. The requirements are simple. Be a U.S. resident, live in an eligible zip code, and most importantly, be enrolled in Medicare Part A and B. Here's the urgent part. The window to apply is closing soon. If you don't sign up in time, you will have to wait another 9 months to apply for your monthly $170 give back. If you're seeing this video, we still have spots open, so call as soon as you see this video. It takes exactly 1 minute and 45 seconds to get started. I timed it myself. Warning, if you don't apply in time to claim this, you're basically giving away $170 every month that you could have had in your account. Click below, answer 3 quick questions, and enroll in this new Advantage plan. Don't miss out. Act now. It is a process of resonance, like attracts like. The question is, where will you choose to focus your energy? Where you direct your thoughts and emotions will determine which reality you step into. The end of Kali Yuga. A new era awaits. For thousands of years, the Earth has been under the influence of Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, struggle, and spiritual disconnection. During this time, humanity has been caught in the grip of materialism, losing sight of its true, divine essence. The cycle of Kali Yuga has kept us trapped in old beliefs and systems, preventing us from realizing our full potential. But this age is drawing to a close. Ancient texts and prophecies have always foretold that Kali Yuga would end in a brilliant flash of light and fire, bringing about the dawn of a new era, an era of spiritual awakening and cosmic connection. March 21st, 2025 is that defining moment, the cosmic turning point where humanity will begin its great awakening. This isn't an instant transformation, but a gradual shift that will
The Great Awakening. You ready? Anyway, how many's left? Only one. Oh, those diehards. So, remember, conscious intent I am. Conscious intent I am. Conscious intent I am. Do it all in one breath. Take a big breath in. Fill your lungs with that prana, the love of life. Conscious intent I am. Conscious intent I am. Conscious intent I am. That conscious intent is the relationship you have with God. And you get to God through Jesus. See, Jesus is God. It's not his son. It's not his, S-O-N. It's his S-U-N, the light. And in the beginning, all things were dark, and then there was light. Bang! And Jesus said, I knew you before you were even born. I know every hair on your head. Conscious intent I am. Conscious intent I am. And say this other prayer in every day and every way. Let me take the piece of your love, Christ, God on earth. And Jesus has always been here. He never left. If he had left, we wouldn't be here. We'd be toast. So that's where it's at. Think about this. And when I come back, talk to you later, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be out and about, so I'll probably be able to get online. So just checking in, because I've been staying in the deep green ward. It's been a good straight 10 days there. So that's why I haven't really did a show since Saturday. Anyway, I guess that's not 10 days. Okay, kids. I love you. Stay well.